Dear Grace, the world's first successful limb reattachment is a fascinating story of science and human innovation. Ingenuity. Find a warmer spot. Nice chair, but too cold. Let me try this. Alright, well, I'm right beside Daycare. This may or may not work. Very excited person here. On MRI scans, scientists find what could explain altered states of consciousness. No fucking shit. At the base of the brain lies a brain stem, a thick rope of nerve cells that, according to new research, could sustain wakefulness in human consciousness. So it should wake me up. They should be doing fMRI scans on everybody. My opinion. Every year on your birthday, you go get your MRI and just start using that fucking data. Concerns about plexiglass. The world's oldest clam was born in 1499 CE. Interesting. But makes sense. Researchers built a new device that is a foundation for quantum computing. I was going to write Grace, but can't get into it. Meet Shanidar Z. 75,000-year-old face Neanderthal woman's face reconstructed. There's just no way you can tell the amount of fat on a person by their bones. There's just no fucking way. Somebody proved that to me. You can try something new today, Grace. I should probably just pause it, but why bother? Now I'm using two phones at once. A complete geek. How do scientists reconstruct the face from bones? Alright, I asked ChatGPT. It seems to think the scientists know what they're doing. I don't. Breakthrough 6G antenna help lead to high-speed communications and holograms. The first asparagus spears emerge in April. Harvest them with a knife or snap off by hand. CERN gives green light to build new experiment to search for unknown particles. Pretty sure that's all they've been doing. Elon Musk's drug use renders his character too questionable for FCC license. Ukrainian advocacy group says well, fucking stock market had a fit when he smoked a joint on Rogan, so not even a whole one. Reportedly erratic behavior and alleged illegal drug use. Too bad. His body, his choice. Don't like it? Kick rocks. We're thankful all those fucking satellites up there. Interview. Suzanne Gildart leaves sanctuary to focus on AI consciousness. Optical illusion reveals key brain rule that governs consciousness. Wow, a lot of consciousness shit today. Study of mice starts to unravel how the brain gets tricked by this kind of optical illusion and gives clues about how visual perception works. Scientists designed super battery made with cheap, reliable, affordable chemical element, Na, salt-based. You can get a little salt on Earth. An unexpected brain function discovered inside the little brain at the back of your head. Well, let's read this. Maybe that bird can be the applause break. Grace. Alright. Unexpected function. That kid's not happy. An unexpected function discovered inside the little brain at the back of your head. With a name that means little brain in Latin, the cerebellum comprises just 10% of the entire brain's mass. Don't let that small size fool you though. With more than 3/4 of the brain's neurons packed within that small space, there's a lot going on inside. Traditionally, it's thought this part of the nervous system located at the base of the skull is mostly concerned with coordinating motor functions like balance and movement. Now, new research backs up hypotheses that's gathering momentum. It also plays a key role in learning. In this new study, researchers from the University of Pittsburgh and Columbia University wanted to build on previous research identifying the cerebellum's posterior lateral region as playing a role connecting what we see to the movements we make. A long-standing assumption about cerebellum function has been that it only controls how we move. What's this new function here? That's all I care about. Well, using drugs to temporarily disable the posterior lateral part of the monkey's cerebellum significantly affected their learning. What is the largest mammal ever to walk the earth? Don't care. New findings point to Earth-like environment on ancient Mars. No shit. Scientists discovered giant prehistoric salmon with tusk-like teeth. Metro Vancouver Transit overcrowding back at pre-pandemic levels. And it gets a little tighter on rush hour. BC Housing accused of using affordable home lawsuits for political purposes. Marble Pyramid Island at Kairos reveals origins of ancient Greece. Challenge your views of cognition. New Johns Hopkins test reveals that mice think like babies. Cubism, the simplest interpretation of quantum physics. Two pathways to Parkinson point to a single way to prevent it. Burnaby owner accused of tossing garbage from 9th floor balcony wins strata battle. Well, if you can hit the garbage can every time, what's the big deal? China has a controversial plan for brain-computer interfaces. Ooh. China would chip up everyone, I'd say. China's brain-computer interface technology is catching up to the US, but it envisions very different use case, cognitive enhancement. What goal-directed learning is and why it's important for adolescents to learn from their actions. How about everybody learn from their actions? Do insects have an inner life? Animal consciousness needs a rethink. Facebook $51 million settlement in Canada. Here's how to submit your claim for payout. Can the known particles and interactions explain consciousness? An artificial mind with a lifelike body amid a world of evolving AI. A Las Vegas man brings his creation to life. You want to see her move? I think that's the fun part. How bad are invasive plants for birds? Research suggests large-scale removal may not have impact. Decriminalization drug use will help, but won't stop random violence, Victoria Police Chief says. No shit. It's probably going to help them, not going to help anyone else. Not going to help the people on drugs. There will still be people struggling on our streets with mental illness, addiction, intoxication, or anger issues. Dalmanic says. I think me sitting here have anger issues. Ooh, swift and street level changes will be evident, but it won't be a panacea. What you will see is less social disorder and less individuals with no one consuming drugs in public spaces. So where the fuck are they supposed to fucking go, you fucking idiots? Jesus. stupid can fucking people be? Ozempic among bogus drug patents being challenged by US to spur competition. Australia just made $1 billion bet on building the world's first useful quantum computer in Brisbane. Boston Dynamics bots could revolutionize the live entertainment industry. US couple out $3,500 over Alaska cruise ship cancellation in Vancouver. Vancouver Park Board seeks one-time budget boost to police booze on beaches. How about one-time budget boost to police activities on beaches. 2 astronaut taxis. Why NASA wants both Boeing's Starliner and SpaceX Dragon. Oh, no wonder. Because they fucking work. Canada's dental plan has officially kicked in. Who is eligible? Don't need it. Road detours near Stanley Park for tree cutting due to a moth infestation. It's funny because the governments are doing exactly what the addicts are doing. They're just trying to hide the problem, not actually deal with it. Which makes them just as bad as the addicts. And a bunch of cunts. Because they should fucking know better. Parasitic vampire fish populations about to explode in Ontario lakes and rivers. Vampire fish. Sounds tasty. One of the most horrifying invasive species in Ontario is about to begin its annual breeding frenzy. The parasitic vampire sea-like lamprey. Wow. These slippery serpentine creatures. Vancouver breakfast joint, Sunny Side Up, closes 5 months after opening. Dished. I fear going out in public. Liberal MP quits politics due to threats, misogyny, toxic online culture. Here's how much it costs for tickets to Do or Die Leafs playoff game. Can't read. 15 fun things to do in Comox Valley based on your travel persona. Canadians have opportunity to travel. Don't care. 9 incredible things to do in Edmonton this weekend. Flames Kylington named top 3 finalists. Blah blah blah. Here we go. Toronto's top doctor doubles down on plan to decriminalize all drugs for personal use. See, they can't make up their fucking mind. What a bunch of fucking losers. Toronto medical officer is speaking out against criticism of the city's plan to decriminalize all drugs for personal use. Dr. Eileen de Villa issued a statement on Wednesday afternoon in response to proposed changes in BC's federal exemption from drug possession laws to allow arrests for public drug use, and pushed back against Toronto's plan to decriminalize drug possession within its borders. In the village, de Villa explains that there has been criticism that's the loudest bus I've ever heard. In the statement, de Villa explains that there has been criticism of Toronto's decriminalization efforts, suggesting we focus on treatment rather than decriminalization. However, the city's top doctor maintains that decriminalization is fundamentally recognizing that addiction is a health issue and therefore requires health-based interventions. Decriminalization is not legislation. Toronto, like many other areas, grapples with the intertwined challenges of untreated addiction, mental illness, and homelessness. A triple crisis demanding solutions from the whole society and all levels of government. No fucking shit. Said Villa, stressing again how drug addiction is a health issue, not a criminal issue. I agree. Our city urgently needs more publicly funded treatment options and accessible mental health supports, as well as affordable housing, all of which are severely lacking. The need is tab. Give every one of those addicts a month off the street. Where their basic needs are met. And see how many recover. Just get them 1 month off the street in a safe environment and see what happens. Just my opinion. You ever seen this toxic drug supply, this level of homelessness, and this level of mental crisis in our history? And like other Toronto residents, I see this on our streets and in our communities every single day. Acknowledging that we cannot arrest our way out of this crisis, Davila makes it clear that lighting up a crack pipe on a playground or injecting drugs in the subway is not acceptable and should not be allowed. She maintains that while arresting individuals or carrying drugs for their own personal use isn't effective, those selling drugs will still be charged if caught. Two children, one adult in critical condition after high-rise fire. Milton by-election matters for Doug Ford and Bonnie Crombie. Carbon surcharges on fuel to compensate for oil companies in New Brunswick too high. Despite all the shouting, the opioid crisis continues to defy simple answers. Despite all the shouting, the opioid crisis continues to defy simple answers. The problem demands something more than politics as usual. No shit. Alright, Aaron Weary of CBC News. The debate in Parliament about British Columbia's experience with drug decriminalization was already operating at extremes before Pierre Poilievre used the term wacko. During the question period on Monday, the Conservative leader said the Liberal government had unleashed drugs, disorder, death and destruction. Other Conservative MPs said the Liberals were pursuing a horrific and radical experiment. And the Conservatives couldn't do any fucking better. Will the Prime Minister prioritize recovery and stop killing Canadians with his radical ideology? So what's your fucking plan? Lay out a plan, lay out a budget, release it to the public, show everyone in Canada how you, Mr. P, can solve this issue. Put your fucking words to use. Or do something simple. Use fucking Google. Research all the countries in the world that don't have this problem and find out why. Not every country in the world has this drug problem. And right now Canada and the US are the two biggest. that I can see. Canada's biggest documentary festival says it's dying. Documentarians worry they're next. Don't worry about that. I just got to put it on YouTube. Periods are a nightmare in Gaza's crowded unsanitary camps. Women are using birth control to skip them. You can skip periods with birth control? I love this guy. Is there a budding bromance between Ford and Sutcliffe? I actually thought Doug Ford was dead, but I guess I don't know anything. How Earth's faint magnetic field fostered the rise of complex life. Live longer. Scientists discover the method. NASA's new global accounting of Earth's rivers reveals fingerprints of intense water use. Is America's oldest Chinese restaurant in a tiny suburb of Is America's oldest Chinese restaurant in a tiny suburb New U.S. climate rules for pollution cuts probable terminal for coal-fired plants. Chimps are dying of human sniffles. Is great ape tourism to blame? No shit. Methane emissions from gas flaring being hidden from satellite monitors. Australian red meat industry has recorded 78% reduction in emissions since 2005. Australian red meat industry has recorded 78% reduction in emissions since 2005. I don't really think cow farts are a problem. What do I know? Big Oil spent decades sowing doubt about fossil fuel dangers. Experts testify. Kenya floods. Tourists evacuated from Mesa Mara over river burst banks. Rapidly rising levels of TFA, forever chemical, alarm experts. Australia News Live. National Cabinet to discuss domestic violence, traumas to reveal new foreign investment rules. Man allegedly pours bleach into Oregon hatchery tank and kills. Don't need that. Peak solar activity sparks unprecedented global auroras on Mars. I thought you needed an atmosphere for that, but pieces of distant asteroids show bombardment. Saw that. Five tweets from pro-Palestine encampments being cleared by police. David Frum on the anti-Israel protests at universities across North America. Smoking gun for Canada's weak economic growth, a collapse in energy and resource investment. Oh, hi, good morning. Come on in. Rare Excalibur sword from Spain dates to Islamic period 1,000 years ago. We were amazed. Scientists, oh, they're singing in there. That's weird. We were amazed. Scientists reveal southern ring nebulas unexpected structures and stunning new images. Sun's chaotic peak triggers record-breaking global aura. We just did that. Read all those ones. Alright, back to news. With latest and greatest. Greater than an encampment. Why Gaza students protest strike accord. I understand why I don't actually see how this helps anything. Everyone already fucking knows about the war. How does this help? Get more people to know about it? And nobody's gonna do anything anyways? I've been saying for days, no one's signing up to go over there and fight. I bet they're barely roughing it. I bet you every one of those tents is way more comfortable than all the people in homeless tents. Just saying. She wrote about shooting her puppy and potentially killed any chance of being Trump's VP. She wrote about shooting her puppy and potentially killed any chance of being Trump's VP. Toronto police announced arrest of Michael Beebe, Canada's #1 most wanted homicide. Number 34, 2023. Sure. Arrest in PEI. But no shootout. A little bit different than that one in the States. I'm not saying Canada's any better, but pro-Palestine protests on campus, violence, chaos. Violence, chaos erupts. Chaos. Feds update policy. Did that. Sask ministers dubbed drug decriminalization a disaster as BC seeks to roll back pilot. And he has no idea what to do either. Truck side mirror strikes RCMP vehicle as officer made traffic stop. Police scanner audio details fatal wrong way crash from 401. Should the House of Commons Speaker resign for ejecting Mr. P for calling Justin Trudeau a wacko? They're all fucking wackos. They get off their fucking ass and do something. Motorcyclist dead after crash near Leamington. Residential high-rise building fire on Donald Street leaves two children, adult in critical condition. White Rock stabbing raises concerns about RCMP's response. Campus protests Israeli academics saying their universities are best chance for peace. Major fire downtown. 3 Quebec men from the same family fathered hundreds of children. Ah, he won't be happy. Southern Alberta community blasted with 46 centimeters of snow. Ontario Farmtown will vote in October on whether to become Canada's largest nuclear dump. That's still fuel that can be used, but just saying. I'm going to pause, Grace, and get a second coffee, and change my mind. Too busy in there. Adult child struck by vehicle in Midtown Toronto, seriously injured. Paramedics. Here's a OPP will now require a breath test during every traffic stop. So we have 0 fucking rights now. Why not just equip every single vehicle in the world with a continual blood alcohol monitor? The moment you step in the vehicle, it starts reading your breath. And if the driver's content is past 0.08, the car shuts off right where it is. It maybe locks the doors and sends a GPS signal out to the police so the police can just come and arrest him and throw him in jail right away. That make you fucking happy? A little grumpy, Grease. TD Bank hit with $9.2 million penalty after failing to report suspicious transactions. Yeah, that'll really affect them. How many billions did they make this quarter? Jeremy Schkriebicki's lawyer to argue he's not criminally responsible. Speech at Vancouver pro-Palestine protest investigated as hate crime. Woman arrested. Made comments about praising the October 7th Hamas attack and referring to terrorist organizations as heroes. It's her choice. She can believe whatever she wants. I mean, she can't say it. What? She can't think it either? Police have arrested an organizer at the pro-Palestine camp at UBC, alleging she made hateful comments at a pro-Palestine protest at the Vancouver Art Gallery last week. Yes. Liberal budget gets green light as Trudeau signals openness to NDP demands. One day later, Alberta restores funding for low-income transit in Edmonton and Calgary. Alright, back to this wonderful joyful news. I may have made a mistake with this, Grace. It doesn't exactly, it's not exactly funny, but that's okay, as long as I'm talking. Highway collapse in southern China kills at least 36 people. Windsor man arrested and charged with sexual assault. Top Yeg announces plan to run next Prince William and Kate release photo of daughter Charlotte to mark 9th birthday. Trudeau suggests feds won't okay Toronto decriminalization. Why don't we just have a fucking referendum? Let the people vote. It's fucking politics that politicians don't know what the fuck they're doing. They haven't been able to figure it out this far. How many years has this been a problem? 20, 30? They can't figure it out? They're fucking idiots. Why do we fucking elect idiots? Ex-PC party vice president appointed Ontario judge as opposition slams gravy train appointment. Well, of course. We're getting closer to cutting interest rates, Bank of Canada Governor. Nova Scotia News, 4th teen charged with second-degree murder. Makers of Ozempic say weight loss drug Wegovy available in Canada. A lot of hockey news. I'm not really into hockey. Plans for a $2.4 billion carbon capture and storage project near Edmonton have been cancelled. Good, because we don't need to fucking capture carbon. Fed says rates on hold until inflation further cools. A Buick to a fly. Realtor says new short-term rental rules aren't having a desired impact. Air Canada reports first quarter loss expenses up as carrier added seat capacity. Oil begins moving on $34 billion Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion. My second coffee, I might be getting riled up here, Grace. Did you jointly buy your first home with your parents? We want to hear from you. Doctors concerned about potential spread of bird flu in Canada. Phone lines up, but London Drugs remains closed for 4th day due to cybersecurity incident. They're going to lose a lot of fucking business. Canada's housing plan bumping up against capacity restraints, interest rates. Canada's housing plan bumping up against capacity restraints, interest rates. Man in custody after shooting in Okotoks severely injures one. Big applause break coming, Grace. Canadian restaurant lowers prices after franchising. See? Growing support for Vancouver 2036 Summer Olympics bid. That's a waste of fucking money. All the Olympics. Big waste of fucking money. Can a Toronto-based ride-hailing startup company compete with Uber and Lyft? Guess we'll find out. Let's see, what's for me? I'll never go back. Ontario family doctor says new AI note-taking saved her job. Sorry, I don't feel sorry for doctors. Justin Trudeau's imaginary militia. These are TransLink's busiest bus routes and SkyTrain stations in 2023. Burnaby. Work advice. My boss wants me in the office. My autistic kid needs me at home. Canal City Council censors mayor over controversial residential school book. Council said the actions taken were due to Paul, jeopardizing the city's relationship with Indigenous communities after he brought a controversial book to the Caribou Regional District meeting in March. Critics said the book downplays the history of residential schools. Councillors said the mayor tried to distribute the book at the meeting, leading one councillor to publicly say the controversy has damaged the community's reputation. I don't know how we're going to repair it, but hopefully tonight is the start of that. Monsters in toddler's bedroom, actually massive hive of 50,000 bees. I'd like to see that. Freezing my butt off today. NDB. All right. Why biophilia needs to be part of your next holiday. What the fuck is biophilia? Guess we'll never know. Goldstein, long medical wait times costing. And the genocide in Gaza. Ottawa abandoned Canadian Jews in their darkest hour. I left my life in India for rural Canada. My first thought upon arrival was, where is everybody? Jay Leno and wife Mavis doing good after conservatorship ruling. No idea what that's about. David Mulroney, memo to Canada, talk less. Agreed, do more. Paleontologists disagree about what this exquisite shark fossil actually is. Oh my god, they're actually having a debate about something? I thought they knew everything perfectly well. Isn't there a study or multiple studies cited? And who gives a shit? Ooh, how anger and stress can impact your heart health. Well, I'm not sure I have any anger. A little stress. Look at that, my boys, can't you, Grace? Anger can harm your blood vessel function, study shows. Does it ever feel as if your anger courses through your veins? Well, that isn't too far off, according to new research. Feelings of anger adversely affect blood vessel health, according to a study published. You can test your blood for 50 kinds of cancer. Holy shit. So again, do that on everybody's birthday. Go in, you get your MRI, they take a little blood, they take a little urine, take a little shit. Get it all tested up. It's called this thing called preventative medicine. Catch it before the symptoms. Oh wait, that would make too much sense. Never mind. Let's do it this way. Wait till it's too late and costs a whole fuck of a lot more. Kelowna woman awarded $30,000 after being evicted for an Airbnb. Forensic psychology student describes the two types of women predators most often target based on the way they... What do we got here? Best target based on the way they walk. Well, I will say that someone that walks confidently and with a purpose is generally someone who's confident and has a purpose. These toe biters that have been spotted in Metro Vancouver can fly. Water bugs, also known as electric light bugs or toe biters. I've never heard of a toe biter. These toe biters have been spotted in Metro Vancouver can fly. Looks a little gross. Water bugs, also known as electric, contain a toxin that can cause a lot of pain. Here's what you need to know about these disgusting looking creatures. They are ugly, Judith Myers, professor at UBC's Department of Zoology, told the Daily Hive. Matter of opinion. Pictures of the bugs were posted to a climate-driven pulse of heat to hit BC. Researchers. Climate-driven pulse of heat to hit BC, says researchers. Starbucks, a Shibuya Scramble Crossing reopens, but is it really bigger and better than before? Van life lets man live on $1,000 per month in Canada's most expensive city. I've been doing that for years. A little more $1,000, but I could do that on $1,000, especially if I had a van. Well, started living in a van since I was 15. BC investment advisor who defrauded a retired couple of $285,000 banned, fined $310,000. Doctors are sharing the one bathroom habit they would avoid at all costs. Liberals hold up 34 billion Trans Mountain boondoggle as an example of socialist success. Boondoggle. Opinion. Canada is well placed to be a global tech leader. Let's not blow it now. Here's what happened to the next Canadians who misfile on taxes. Largest national emissions report shows signs of progress towards Canada's 2030 goal. Government employees ordered to change passwords. Two reasons why people feel the urge to glow up after a breakup. I don't know what glow up means. China released a CGI video of Moonbase, and it contains something very strange. Visiting Victoria? Here are 7 things that locals would actually do. Toronto's top 24 influencers shape how we eat, shop, and live. Council asked to allow alcohol consumption in 8 Kelowna parks. What is the point of owning a very fast, loud car? It's fun. Hacks in the power of an overlooked woman. A cosmic glitch in gravity. New model may explain strange behavior on a cosmic scale. Retirement ruined. 63-year-old man loses it all after one web click. A bathroom issue indicative of colon cancer, according to GI docs. Scientists solve a 50-year-old mystery of what punched a giant hole in Antarctic ice. All right, let's see. Faulty Towers. John Cleese says it's tricky writing comedy for literal-minded viewers. Agreed. I think we're done, Grace. Talk to you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have another bit of tab to read, but we'll see.